Good morning. It is, what is it? I should know that before I come on. I know it's July and it is Friday, so I'm going to say the 21st. And it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been up, I had a little bit of a sleep in. I've had a couple crazy days. Anyways, this is a little chart that I made up and it is working like a charm. What I do is I have something that I do daily. And then extra 15 minutes in a spot over a 2-week span in each of those rooms. And then I go outside for at least 10 to 15 minutes. And then on Saturdays, I mop a floor. So just keeping everything going in a rotation. And if I miss a day because of whatever, it's, you just go on to the next thing and don't worry about it because things are getting done so consistently that, in my opinion, my house is, I call it comfortably clean, and I'm getting, this little system's working. It's dark in here because I still got my curtains shut. I should probably open them up. It's kind of overcast today. But with the heat, I've been keeping the curtains just a little bit shut just to keep the heat out. But then it gets so dark in here. But I'm not in here much in the morning anyways. So, everything's staying tidy and clean. It's not perfectly clean. It's never going to be perfectly clean. I'm never going to be one of those people that has an absolutely spotless home. What I want is comfortably clean. Now, I do have to put this art stuff away. I'm not too worried about that right now. I've got a spot for it. I've got that bin there. But what I want to do is go through it because I added more stuff to it. I may have to get a bigger bin or weed things out of there, but that's from when we painted the rocks. Oh, and I got my rock garden done. I should show you. I'm going to tiptoe outside and hope my neighbors aren't out there thinking I'm crazy. My hair looks like I'm crazy. So we're just going to walk over. Nobody's out. Be very stealth. There's my garden. I got work to do, but there's my front garden. It's just kind of wild. I'm not much of a gardener, to be honest. And I didn't put any money into it yet this year. I picked up these potted plants and just thought I'm just going to stick them. I've stuck them in waste baskets from the dollar store. That way, this one didn't do very well. In there, flowers aren't on it. You can't see it. But I cut my roses back already a little bit because they were looking pretty dead. This is just kind of a mishmash. I have a girlfriend that's in my mind, a master gardener. But anyways, here's this little thing I made for underneath my downspout. I think that looks adorable. And that way the grass won't grow underneath it. And so you can just cut right up to the downspout and not have to take it off. So, those are the rocks the kids painted, me and the kids, my daughter. Isn't that cute? How cute is that? Just a little bed. So anyways, I hear a neighbor. They're going to think I'm crazy. Nobody's out. There's my, what do you call them? Hollyhocks. They're kind of wild and crazy. But I like my garden. It doesn't look all that great from the road. Looks better closer up. But, like I said, I'm not a master gardener. But I do it's a little something something. There's a picture that I got. Got that years and years and years ago. I like it out here. My little birds. They're cute. I want to paint this front door. Gotta get my paint scraper from my son, which is a story I have to tell. I got one of those scam calls where I picked up the phone and it sounded like a man crying and saying, Mom, is that you? And I'm like, yes. And long story short, said that he had been in an accident and the child had been hurt. And then this guy got on the phone that pretended to be a lawyer. And I was talking to him, and he was saying he needed bail, and because, anyways, totally upset me. And I believed it. But I said, I'm not in a position to provide bail. And then I got cut off. Like the conversation was longer than that. I don't want to go into too much about it, but there was a period of time where I did not know what was going on. And I thought, oh no, my son's in trouble. What's happened? And then just torture. And I finally decided to call him. I called him on his phone. And then he got back to me. But sometime later, quite a bit later. And in the interim, I thought he had been arrested and charged for this accident. What a scam. Like, it's because the person was a male voice, an adult male voice, crying and saying, Mom, is that you? Can you hear me? And then I've been in this, this accident, and this lawyer wants to talk to you. And so I was totally thrown into a tailspin. And then I get a text back from my son like, sorry I missed your call. I was busy. Everything okay? Because I don't normally call him through the day. He's working. So I called him, and he thought I was nuts. And then we sorted it out, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I can see how it happens. I can see, because they play on your emotions. The person's distraught, so their voice is not the same. And when they say, Mom, it was crazy. Okay, anyways, back to what's happening here. I went and got giant tiger paint, and I painted, you can see where I painted that wall. Like, I started painting it just because more out of curiosity than anything. I have to cut down. I've got so much work to do down here, but I'm going to get to work. And, this is going to make such a huge difference. Because you can see where that concrete cement block is all just kind of aged from the years. But that paint, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's almost like a stain that's soaking into it. And it's $20 a can. Now, it's very liquidy. Like it's, I didn't turn the light on. Oh, it's not on over here. It's overcast. So look at this. I'm pulling down the plastic. Like, that's got to come down because, I don't know, it just looks terrible. So looks okay over here, but I want that drywall that's under there. I got so much to do. So I'm just going to keep working on it. And, I keep telling myself progress is progress. And this wall here, like, this is going to look so much better when I paint it. And then even down there, like, this is where the water was coming in. And I did put a little paint on there just to see what it looked like. Look at the difference. So I figure, like, so far I've used, for that wall, I used half a can. I don't know. Let's see. This is probably a ridiculously dark video. Not even half a can. So, like, that's like not even a quarter can. But it doesn't smell the greatest, I'll tell you that. But it's all recycled paint or something like that. $20 a can. If I use 5 cans, which I don't think I will, but because I'm gonna do, I can't believe it. I think I've come up to a solution, but I'll tell you, I am struggling with getting this stuff up off the floor. Like, even with the CLR, like, there's a pile. And I sit and I scrape and I scrape and I scrape, and it's like, you can see the dent I've made. But it goes to, like, the sediments along there, really under there. And it's like, I've got to pull that out. how's that going to go? I might have to get some help with that. But, and then it goes to about here. And this is kind of like right to about here, and that's where it stops. And then this is just regular floor. And I got a dark gray, like this is called grayish. And then I got a dark gray to do the floor. And I have this crack. It's not a crack, it was a trough that my husband made to, when we had the water leakage, it at least directed the water towards the sump pump hole. So, you know, but my son filled it in, and I mean, it's kind of bumpy, but it's not too bad. Like, I mean, it's filled in, it's been fine. I haven't had a drop of water down here since unplugged the downspout, and so that's great. And we've had downpour after downpour after downpour, so this is good. This is good. I mean, it doesn't look good. Looks crazy. But and I got to get these things to the dump. I want to get this as much done as I can. My daughter's coming August 7th to the 11th, and we're actually going to go to Santa's Village, and you know, we got stuff planned, but I want the kids can play down here, so I'm going to do whatever work I can down here and then get it set up so the kids can come run around, play down here like they haven't been able to do in a long time. So anyways, I'm jumping all over the place, aren't I? There's that paint. And this one is charcoal gray. You can hear. Let's see. Hear how liquidy that is? I mean, because when you get paint from a paint store, they put it on in that machine. And this is just like, I had to stir that for, I don't know how long, but finally got it all mixed up. So, anyways, we started out with this chart. This chart's working for me big time. But I'm just going to get to work here. What's today? Today is Friday. So I'm going to vacuum. And then I'm going to spend an extra 15 minutes in the kitchen. And that 15 minutes is going to be dedicated to that spot there because it's driving me nuts. Oh, shoot. When I was downstairs, I should have grabbed... I have I know I have a container down there for files. And it's like, the files that are sitting there are the files that I'm dealing with, main stuff that's going on in my life right now. And I thought, there we go. Get that all cleaned up. See, that's the thing about organizing, you know where things are. So I'm going to get that all cleaned up and those important files put in there so that I can access them when I need it. And then try to make decisions on the rest of that stuff. That's what clutter is unmade decisions. It really is. Because I got this little basket here. And it's just stuff that gets thrown in there. And then I really don't want to make decisions on it. Books that need to be put away. I've got this thing that I put receipts in. And it's kind of, does it even make sense? Because you have to lift up the lid and I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to do my vacuuming. And then I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes and do that spot and see how much I get done in 15 minutes. So, but first I'm going to do my vacuuming. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, vacuuming is done. I used my little secret weapon. I want to see if I can show you how much dirt I got out of this with one hand. Probably not going to happen. Oh, hang on, I'll get it. Hang on.